As photographers, we can get caught up in the fun and energy of photographing people, particularly during wedding day portraits or engagement sessions, especially when our inspiration engine is firing on all cylinders. But a skill I think is important to hone is knowing when to call it a day. At a certain point, our subject's energy has peaked and it's time to wrap things up. Let's talk about how to read the room, stay sensitive to our clients' needs, and end on a high note. It can be easy to forget in the middle of a session that our clients aren't props. We can't keep pushing them until we're satisfied. We need to be adept at getting what we need within the constraints of the time we have available. It's that intuitive sense of when they've had a long day, or maybe the weather isn't cooperating, or even when their attention is just naturally winding down. These sessions aren't only about delivering a product. They're about connection and leaving our clients and couples with a positive memory. Also, sometimes enough is enough. It's important to intuit when your couple is just done. Some are really into protracted sessions, whether it's an engagement or on the wedding day itself. But wedding days have a lot of moving parts, and there are things the couple needs to be in attendance for at specific times that have nothing to do with us. We need to be sensitive to that. We photographers thrive on inspiration and ideas. Sometimes we get excited about a location or the architecture or the lighting. The couple might be getting tired or hungry or cold or hot if we're outdoors. We might notice these things on a personal level but choose to push past them because, say, the light is just right. But it's our job to read those signals, recalibrate when necessary, and decide when it's best to finish on a high note rather than going until everyone is worn out. I had a colleague who was a really good photographer. He knew how to pose people, was really good with the technical aspects of photography, and he knew his lighting. The images he came back with were often pretty inspiring. I coincidentally happened to know a couple of people whose weddings he photographed, and they both said the same thing. They both told me that they liked their photos, but there came a point where they felt like he had taken over their day. What they remember about their experience is how he insisted they keep going despite the timeline of the day getting away from them. We worked together a few times and I saw this firsthand. When I questioned it, he would say to me, "Sometimes you have to push your couples in order to get these images that they're going to appreciate once the session is done, even if they're not having the best time making them." I'm not sure I agree. So much of what we do is based on our client's experience. If they're having a good time, then they're going to like the photos better. Contrary-wise, regardless of how good the resulting photos are, what they're going to remember about the making of them is how they felt. We're supposed to use that to our advantage. We're supposed to give people a good experience so they not only enjoy the process of what it is they've hired us to do, but also when they look back on the photos later, they remember that experience positively. Despite his skills as a photographer, he wasn't the best at reading a room. The social cues we give each other, like a drop in energy or a shift in body language, those are things he wasn't adept at picking up on. People tend to be polite, so they usually won't outright tell us when they've had enough. They'll just file that away and have a story to tell once we're all done. These were learning experiences for me. I had an opportunity to see firsthand a here's what not to do scenario and adapt my own approach accordingly. Sometimes the professional thing to do is to say, "We got what we need, let's wrap things up." It's part of what can make a session memorable for those who hire us. Calling it a day isn't about leaving work unfinished. It's about making sure that each session is a positive one. Clients will remember how they felt during that part of their wedding day or during their engagement session, and that feeling will come through in the photos. Can we push people a little bit? Sometimes. It depends on the people and their energy level and their engagement or investment in the process. If they trust us to be the expert and if we're enthusiastic during that process, we might be able to get a little bit more out of them. But learning to read the room can go a long way toward making them happy and set a positive tone for how they'll remember their time with us. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your spending a few minutes with me. If you like what you heard in this video, please like and subscribe. What are the telltale signs you've seen from your couples that let you know it's time to pack it in? Let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to see more videos like this and hear more stories, check out this other one I made for you. This is Ask a Wedding Photographer. I'm Seth Kaye, and I'm here to help.